So I'm talking and you can't hear me. Okay. Now I've got it. Now I've got it. See, now this is why I have to you guys are looking out for me. You guys are looking out for me. I'm still having an issue with the microphone, so I'm having to use the one that's in the camera right there. So, anyway, so what I was saying is welcome to 270 weather for this Saturday, July 5th. Weather for the 270 area code and beyond. You know that part. Okay. Some of you have had some sneaky showers on this Saturday. Saturday sneaky showers. I like this. And you may get some more on your Sunday. We've had a couple of them bubble up. I'm going to show you on radar in just a moment. But first, let's check the numbers from today. There was even a trace of rainfall at the airport today because of those little pop up showers, but a high of 93, 4 degrees above the normal of 89, and a low of 72. Let's go to radar, and I want to show you what it looks like with now these. This is the amount of precipitation that has popped up. Okay, and I've got the scope on here so you can see. This is all right. Let me get your bearings here. Here's Trenton, Kentucky, Allensville. This is the county line with Christian and Todd. Elkton is right there in the middle. And this is the county line between Todd and Logan County. But let me show you this. Uh, there you see Elkton right there. Look at that. See that? Let me draw. There's Elkton. Okay. Look at this particular. This is keeping up with the amount of rain that has fallen today in that area. Let me move it around. Watch, look at that. 1.5557, 1.5, that's an inch and a half plus. Ooh, look at that. 1.68 inches of rain today with a thunderstorm. Ooh, 1.7. Yeah, that is right there just north of Elkton as you're traveling up Kentucky 181. And that of course 181 goes north and it goes into Greenville in Muhlenberg County. But look at all that rain. You guys over in Todd County, if you're watching, you know, look at that inch and a quarter. Uh, inch and 7/8. What? That yellow. Look at that. Now that's radar estimated. You may have not have gotten that much down on the ground, but that's a lot of rain. Ooh, those thunderstorms meant business. You go on over into Logan County, and you see about an inch of rain there just north of Russellville. Then you head on up. Look at this. This is northern Logan County. That would be what? Up there around Chandler's, maybe? Yeah, Chandler's is a little bit further south, I think. But in that vicinity, east of Lewisburg, 1.4, 1.3, 1.4. Yeah, yeah, that's a lot of rain. Let's see, over here in Warren County, now there was a trace at the airport, but just south of town, and as you headed out, say 31W south, right, I would say probably before you get to Woodburn or in that general area, that would be 8/10 of an inch of rain. Now, that much rain missed the airport. The airport only recorded a trace. The airport is kind of right in here. This is Scottsville Road right here. So it would be kind of right in there. So it only just got a trace that it says. But man, south of Bowling Green, 8/10 of an inch of rain. So that's the way it looks as far as radar estimated rainfall from everything that fell today. Where is it right now? Well, there you are. We're seeing it happen right now. I'll put it into motion for you. And you can see that we've got, yeah, pretty good little cells that are coming down, even a thunderstorm that's north of Elkton. Some of that heavy rainfall that I just showed you is still falling there in Todd County. And then you see, look up toward Greenville. That's pretty hefty rain that's going on there. So, wow. And then over toward Butler County, and there's that one little, looks like about Hadley. Hadley's getting a pretty good rainfall there with that cell. Now, a lot of these will begin to die out once we get past dark, and we're almost, we're not that far away from dark. So, yeah, it's coming. It's coming. There's the animation now. You can see how now these are what we call pulse type storms. And let me do a little education here, a little weather 101. Watch this in particular right here. You see the rain falling apart, and then as this falls apart, it blows this one up. So look at that. That falls apart, and this is new. Watch it. Boom. Okay, they're pulsing storms. They fall apart, and then they form new ones. Here's the outflow coming out of this storm that's falling apart, and it forms a new one right there in Muhlenberg County. Yeah. So that's what's happening here. And when you get these kind of storms, they have the capability of just throwing down some big time rain. They may be isolated in that there's not a lot of them out there, but if you're underneath one of them, boy, is it coming a gully washer. That's the thing. That's the thing that's happening. So, those of you that are watching over that way, Logan County, Butler County, Muhlenberg, Todd County, yeah, you're the ones that are getting the beneficial rains right now. Now tomorrow it may be in a whole different place. It's just where the best moisture is set up. But tomorrow it could be a little further east instead of where it is today, or it could be south, it could be north. When these isolated showers and storms get going, it's just really, they just kind of pop up anywhere, anytime. So that is what is going on with all of this. Okay. Now let's go to the Mesonet, Kentucky Mesonet, and we'll see what's going on there. Now, according to this, let me make sure this is updated because I don't believe it. Okay, this is updated now. Okay. I didn't have it updated, so now I do. All right, let me expand. Let me see if I can expand this a little more. No, it's already. Okay. Anyway, here we go. You can see the temperatures are in the 80s. Lots of 80s right now. It's 83, 84. Here it's 738 in Bowling Green. Where the rain has hit, like back here where it's raining now, it's lower 80s, and I would bet there's some upper 70s. Now let's check rainfall. What? Okay. You know what's happened? The reason why it's not showing up? The rain where it has rained, and it's right in here. Now, this sensor is 5 miles south of Elkton, but it did not register any of that rain. If you remember, I showed you the rain was from Elkton north up 181. But there's the sensor 5 miles southwest of Elkton. It did not rain there. It rained just up the road about, say, 6, 7, 8 miles north of the rain gauge that the Kentucky Mesonet has there. So that's why it's reading 0. Russellville hasn't received any rain. It's 0. Morgantown has not received rain. It's 0. All the rain has been right here where there have not been, or there are not, Kentucky Mesonet sensors or rain gauges. So some of the rain that's happened, it's been up here in McLean County, Hopkins County, Davis County, up toward Owensboro. Isn't that strange? We can pick it up on radar, but none of these sensors, the rain did not hit those sensors at all. Winds are light coming out of the south and west mostly. And of course, high dew points in the 70s. And that's why when it gets hot enough, when there's enough moisture, you can get these thunderstorms that bubble up. And that's what they did. That's what they did. And we're looking at that to happen again tomorrow. Yep, sure will. Now, here's a look. Let me make sure this is updated. Yep, here's a look at the map features. Next few days, high pressure, now that it is east of Bowling Green, which is right here, it's going to continue to move east. And then, if you have not heard, we now have a tropical system, Chantal. I forgot how what is the proper pronunciation for this? Chantal. Wait a minute. Let me look it up. Let me make sure. Tropical storm Chantal impacting the South Carolina coast. It's not showing me how to pronounce it. Okay, I'm just going to go with Chantal. But there she is, tropical storm strength. That's why it's this symbol, not filled in. But a lot of rain in the coastal Carolinas. Remember yesterday I said that would probably become a tropical system. It is now a tropical storm. That we're going to watch. And we're also going to watch incoming moisture from the west. Will Chantal's moisture infect us? We'll see. Sometimes these tropical systems have trouble getting over the higher elevations of the Smokies. Here we go into Sunday morning. Here comes a little bit of rain. Let me see if I can change. Well, I was going to change okay. I was trying to get it to some of this to not be as dark green or as colored here as it. I was wanting to lighten it up, but I'll do that later. Okay, so this is Sunday morning. Here we go, Sunday afternoon. We begin to see, and I do think, like today, we will see more isolated showers and a few thunderstorms, like today. And here comes Chantal making landfall sometime tomorrow. Northeastern South Carolina, looks like. Okay, let me broaden this out so we can see all of it together. So Bowling Green's right there where the hand is. Here comes a cold front. Now, this is interesting because we've got a cold front coming in and we have a tropical system. The two, will they come together? Will they phase to bring us a lot of rain? Well, I know that this front is going to bring us rain next week, pretty much every day next week. Then it becomes just a tropical low or extra tropical low pressure system. We get here, this is Sunday night. We get a trough disturbance coming through ahead of the front. This front slows down. Here we go into Monday. Better chance of rain and thunderstorms because of an area of low pressure and the disturbance. And then this is the remnant Chantal. It's hard to say what it is, but you get the idea. It looks like that low is going to just continue to sit there in the coastal Carolinas. We get Scatter showers and thunderstorms Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. There is a logjam here of the systems. You see how the fronts are stalling. These high pressures are what we call dirty high pressure. In other words, uh, that high pressure is not like your normal high pressure in that it means usually fair weather, sunny weather. This is the kind of high pressure that's not very strong, contaminated with rain and thunderstorms. Here's Thursday, lots of rain. Friday, lots of rain, stalled boundary. And here's next Saturday, lots of rain. We are about to go, whether we like it or not, back into another rainy period. How bad is it going to be? I don't know. But some of the models want to put this in a way to where we could be looking at another soaking rain streak of several days of soaking rain. Right now, the models may be underdoing or under projecting just how much rain we could get next week. But there's potential there that we could see something, that could bring us a lot of rain, a lot of rain. So we'll have to watch that. And by the way, um, what has happened in Texas? I am just let me just say this. Um, let me go back on screen here. That what happened in Texas is just mind blowing. With the number of fatalities that little the camp where all those little girls were, and just let me tell you what happened there when the rain started. And I met somebody today at Sam's Club gas pump. I get my gas at Sam's Club in Bowling Green. Went there, and a guy was trying to get his app to work. I used the Sam's Club app to scan and go, scan the QR code, and get my gasoline. Well, the guy behind me couldn't get his to work. And he goes, "Hey, do you use this? I saw you use can you show me how to use it?" And so I did. Turns out he is an insurance adjuster who had just moved here from South Carolina. But as an insurance adjuster, he just left that part of Texas, Killeen, I think it was, um, that had all the devastating flooding. He left before the flooding started. He said he was there. He was there in that very same spot where the flooding just took over. And he said he was shook up when he thought about all those little girls out camping. And let me tell you what happened there. When the rains came down, it was just dry as a bone. He said when he was there was not a drop of rain anywhere. It was just total dry weather. But when those rains came down, in about a 45-minute span, 26 feet of water. Now you may be thinking, no, wait a minute. Can it rain so hard to create 26 feet of water just from the rain? What happened was, collectively downstream or upstream, a lot of rain fell and it had nowhere else to go, and it caused that range of 26 feet. 26, think about it. In a matter of less than an hour, it caused about 26 feet of water in that area. That is just mind blowing. Then I saw something today, before I got on here. I saw somebody say, well, It's because they didn't see this coming because the Weather Service has cut back and they don't send up the weather balloons anymore. D- d- don't get me started. I'm like, dude, if I knew who you were, I would. He goes behind a label. This dude got on there, started. He went, but he did can't. He's not brave enough to put his name out there. But he said the reason why the floods happened and no one saw them coming is because of the cutbacks from the National Weather Service and they couldn't send up the balloons. Bull. That is, here's somebody trying to get political in a tragedy. That is just wrong. Just wrong. I'm sorry to go off on that, but I know it's made news and I know it's going to continue to make news. It is just one of those things that happened. It could happen anywhere. It doesn't matter if you send up a balloon or not to check the weather. And the Weather Service is on top of it. Something like that, not even the Weather Service or the best scientist in the world could have predicted it. And there are people out there that say they're the best scientist and meteorologist in the world. Did they see it coming? No. So don't listen to that hogwash. It just, ugh, it gets me irritated. Okay, where was I? Let me go back to. I'm sorry. Just some things, this is the only place I get to do this. This is the only place I get to say these things. So, pardon me. Uh, it needed to be said. Okay, let's check the model viewer, the blender. And here we go. 90s next several days, maybe some upper 80s as we head into next week and into next weekend. I really don't see any wholesale changes coming anytime soon with the overall forecast, except um, it is it is going to be rainy. We're going to get back into a rainy period. It's there, and it doesn't want to go away. We had that 1 week last week, or that it was just summer every day and no rain, but now it's going to come back. The forecast 94 tomorrow, low 90s next several days. Look at those rain chances going up, going up. And the temperatures may come down a little into the low 90s and upper 80s during that time. We shall see. All right. Let me tell you about R&R Controls, my good friends there, and not just about generators, but you need you need this. Now, we are in, my wife and I, and as many of you know, my mother-in-law lives with us. We are having to move soon, in the next few weeks and months. Well, let's put it this way. Before we go to Alaska, before we take a number of our News 40 viewers to Alaska, that's at the end of August and the 1st of September. Before we go, we're going to have to move. It's one of those situations where our lease is up, but it's not being renewed because the corporate owners of our duplex has said, we're going to level your duplex so we can build more apartments. Yeah, they told us that the other day. And it's not just us, but it's everybody that lives in a duplex next to us. And I'm like, what? Are you serious? Yes, we're sorry. It's out of our control. Blah, 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 blah. You got to move. So we're trying to find a new place. Guess what I'm thinking of? This right here. I'm going to find me a place where I can get one of these Generac generators from R&R Controls. When you're leasing or you're in an apartment or a duplex, you're renting, leasing, of course, they don't let you do this. They won't let you get a generator and wire it up and hook it up to where you live. But if I get a house or get some other place like this where I can do this, guess where I'm going? R&R. They are the authorized Generac sales, service, and installation dealer, authorized by Generac, the number one name in generators. I'm going to let them hook me up. That way, I'll never be without power. Whether it's your home or whether it's your business, R and hook you up so you'll never be without. 270 777 2024. That's 270 777 2024. R&R Controls, never be without. All right. Whew. I didn't mean to get into all that, but yeah. All right, you guys. I thank you for allowing me to do what I do on this podcast. It keeps growing. I thank R&R for becoming a sponsor of this, and I appreciate you listening. And many of you have told me, don't hold back. This is your platform. This is your bully pulpit. You get to say what you need to say that you can't say on TV or radio or anywhere else. This is it. And I thank you for allowing me. You may not agree with me, but I just thank you for tuning in and just listening to me. That's it. God bless you. Have a great rest of your 4th of July weekend. Be safe